So then the for this week that we're going to talk about is our book is what is our book? Our book this week is Black Streets of Oakland. A 1973 novel from Holloway House. It is so it's pitched as being the author being Kelly Eagle telling the story to Leo Gill. Now, I don't think I've done a Leo Gill book on the show yet, but Leo Gill was, depending on who you talk to, he was considered one of either the greatest pulp writers, you know, that existed, or one of the all-time biggest hacks there is. He did quite a few of these as told to Leo Gill books where he was supposedly telling the story of, in those cases, it's a female that's, has going through some type of hard times. Um, and so for me, as I read this, I was bouncing back and forth between this because it is, supposedly a true story. And I'm pretty gullible. So I went into it thinking, oh, wow, this is a story of, and it's about a former uh, street girl, former call girl, street girl, hooker, whatever you want to say, and who basically got out of the game, but still, always had connection and ties to her pimp. But she got out of the game because she married supposedly this famous black actor who was technically the marriage was just a ruse. He was, I guess, a homosexual and needed to be married to kind of keep his reputation intact. And so that's the story in the book in and of itself. And the reason I kind of am in the camp of Leo Guild is a hack is because, you know, as I was reading this, I was trying to figure out who it is. And mentioned that names were changed, but even with names changed, some internet sleuthing, good research should help identify people involved if it was true. And so trying to figure out, okay, during that time, early or late 60s, early 70s, famous black actor married to a white girl, kind of may have had homosexual tendencies because in it, when she tells the story, she talks about, them going out in public together so he could be seen, but him having a lover who she knew about, but always kept it undercover. So just all of that, I'm like, by now, and 50 years later or so, if this were true, we would have been able to know who this was. So to me, that's why I say Guild is a hack, because to pitch this off or to, push this off as saying it's a true story, it just didn't sit well with me. I would have been bad. I mean, it would have been better off to me if he would have just said, "Hey, this story is fiction." I would have enjoyed it more because knowing that it wasn't true. But to kind of do that, and like I said, Leo Gill was known for doing that, so that's why I'm kind of like I'm in the he's a hack category. Even though some of this, I've read a couple of his books, and they make for good reading, but just still, just come clean, man. All right. So, but if you can get a hold of it, let me see. I think that's the original cover. Yeah, I think that's cover 3. I didn't have cover 2, but this is the version that I have. So, yep. If you didn't check it out, I most of the Blaxploitation paperbacks, I say, hey, make sure you read it or go find it, check it out. This one, if you didn't, no harm, no foul. All right. But if you want to see more like this, then be sure to check out the Blaxploitation paper.